How are hardcore Pakistani mechanics? They can restore a scrapped car rim to something like new. The car rim before us is no longer functional due to severe impact damage. Usually, it would be headed straight for the scrapyard, but the mechanic here claims he can repair it for just 5,000 rupees, restoring it to its original condition. Let's take a closer look at how this mechanic works his magic. Before starting the repair, he secures the damaged rim onto a rotating alignment machine. Using this equipment, he pushes the severely deformed areas back into place. To prevent the rim from tearing during the alignment process, he uses a blowtorch to heat the areas that need correction, altering the internal physical structure to make the adjustments smoother and more effective. Once the heating is complete, he uses a hydraulic straightening device to adjust the damaged sections. This process must be done carefully until the rim is restored to its original contours. Meanwhile, another mechanic is preparing welding rods for the repair. He melts and fuses the rods using a controlled flame, turning them into long strips ready for welding. Before welding, the mechanic gently taps and adjusts the rim with a small hammer, securing a specially designed disc inside to form a perfectly round edge. Then he welds the damaged areas. Any experienced welder knows that welding aluminum alloys with an oxyacetylene torch requires precise heat control. Otherwise, the more you weld, the worse it can get. But for this seasoned Pakistani mechanic, it's a piece of cake. After half an hour of welding, the damaged part of the rim is fully repaired. The rim is then returned to the straightening machine for further alignment. Because the rim is still very hot from the welding, no additional heating is required during this stage. The machine presses or pulls until the rim's shape meets the specifications. Once the alignment is complete, the rim is taken to the lathe for further processing. The welded surface is often rough, so the lathe clears the excess weld material. During this process, the mechanic must precisely control the lathe's cutting depth to avoid over or undercutting, which could affect the later balancing process. The mechanic perfects the finish using a grinder and a file for areas that the lathe can't reach. After grinding, another mechanic applies filler to any areas that need smoothing. This makes the rim's surface even and prepares it for the final painting. Once the filler has been sanded smooth, the rim is ready for painting. First, a layer of black paint is sprayed on the inside of the rim to cover the repaired areas. After the black paint dries, a coat of bright silver paint is applied to the specified region since the rim is silver. The final layer is a clear coat, which protects the color and enhances the overall appearance. With that, this damaged rim is fully restored. So, if the maximum score is 10, how many points would you give the Pakistani mechanic's restored car rim?